So for me, running a business, the first thing I need to do is learn the bad news. What is wrong? I want to fix what's wrong first. And Philippines culture, they don't want to like hurt somebody's feelings. They don't want to make them upset. So it's first, the US side needs to understand that until you build really a good solid foundation of trust, you're not going to share your tools with. They're not. They're going to be quiet and just kind of keep it to themselves. But once you build that trust and ask them what the issues are, they'll let it happen.
Most BPOs won't tell you this, but the industry has a turnover problem. We're talking numbers as high as 60% globally. Today, we're digging into a different approach, ours. One that's gotten us to 94% retention. And it's not because of higher wages. It's something closer to an intangible salary. And the person behind that philosophy calls culture the ultimate insurance policy for our clients' operations. I'm here with our CEO, Patrick Brown, to talk about how that actually plays out day to day. From how we handle succession, to bridging culture across a global team, to how Patrick runs his own life as an endurance runner, and what that's taught him about running a 1,000 plus person workforce. Patrick, thanks for taking the time.
Thank you for having me.
All right. So let's start where a lot of people in this space get uncomfortable. Turnover. Global turnover in contact centers is running around 40 to 45% and can even go as high as 60%. Unity Communications is sitting at 94% retention, and a lot of that comes down to what you'd call an intangible salary. How does this create a more stable environment for a client's customers?
That's a great question. It's something that we always spend a whole lot of time and patience on. So we don't look at just the employee itself. We look at their family unit. We look at kind of the overall picture. So the first thing we do is we start off usually by paying our agents a higher salary to begin with. So this will, leverage us, in the first 6 months to a year of their employee of basically them comparing the salary and the money compared to other ones. And we're generally higher. There's what we call the family unit and emotional salary. So I think what a lot of Western companies don't get, this Western civilization has a more of an individualistic mindset, very individual freedoms and entrepreneurship. So the US has an individual culture versus Asia and Latin America has a more collective culture where people will often want to do good with their community, with their family units. So how do we address the needs of their community? So by offering them HMO or benefits that cover not just for themselves, but for their family, then now it creates a more stable unit that, at the end of the day, I can't control the type of work that, we're doing a lot of level 1 work. And a lot of it sometimes could be very demanding and tedious. So how do we get through that? How do we push through that? And it came from my time in the Navy and, and working in centers that, I didn't care what kind of account I had. As long as I had good people around me, I could do anything. Like I could have any really bad job. I could, at the end of the day, as long as I had a good community around me, I wanted basically to do a great job for them, for my workmates. So, by having a stable, well taken care of community at Unity, good culture, they want to stay involved. They, with the higher salary and the family unit being taken care of with HMO, and small things like providing meals in our center for free, because we know commuting in the Philippines is not for the faint of heart. It could be very difficult. So we appreciate you, but we share food, we're sharing benefits, we're sharing community. So all of that kind of put together creates this sense that, yeah, I could probably if I really worked it, I could probably make more if I leave. But then all of those quality of life or intangible parts just fall off. And I don't know about you, but I'd rather be in an environment that is more positive, healthier, non-toxic. And speaking of which, when we find toxic employees, they get fired because they feel like leadership, if there's a problem with culture, we'll fix it. So there's also accountability. All that plays in the factor of the retention because a lot of times people feel like you need to pay people more to stay. No, you don't. That just needs to be part of the formula. And we're always open to improvement and you want to, learn and be more. So that's really, at the end of the day, what we're trying to do.
This intangible salary, how does this usually translate to clients when you introduce this concept to them? How do they feel?
They get it and they understand it. I usually get a pushback because we're not the cheapest. We're also not the most expensive. We're usually in the middle, maybe a little bit higher in the middle or in the middle. But when I explain to them that, we have agents on our own accounts that have been there for 8 to 10 years. Like, how do you replace that human capital? So they see the value long term. And a lot of them see that, as a big positive moving forward. But, the clients, the ones that are very financially focused, they push back. But the clients that are more like they're building something and they're growing, that gives me a good idea if this is the type of culture that they want there to get fit for us. We actually screen out a lot of clients that do everything based on finances. That's not really a good fit for us. If you want just for Unity to be an efficiency machine to do more with less, I think just go find another BPO. That's not going to be up.
You talked about having agents that's been with us for like almost 8 years, but it's inevitable for them to outgrow their roles here eventually. How do you get to a place where the person who has to change roles or eventually leave actually handpick and train their replacement so the client never feels the brain drain?
Yeah, so when during the reviews and when people say, I'm looking to do this, we encourage people that, listen, if you've hit a ceiling with Unity, we get it. We understand. We don't create a sense of, oh, you can't leave us, you can't do this. But we want you to, Unity has what we call a community mindset. That while you're in our community, we're going to do everything we can. But sometimes you outgrow it. And that's okay. And we just have a direct conversation that, hey, if this is your goals and this is your alignment, if we have a role, we will, see if you're qualified for it. But if we don't, and you need to seek it outside, just promise us that when you do, you'll render 30 days and advise your replacement. And so what has happened before is actually people give a heads up that say, hey, I'm looking. I want you to know I've got a few opportunities that might happen. You should probably start looking to backfill now. And so people have been, as they're encouraged and as they're starting to look at other opportunities outside of Unity, they're just very transparent and they're letting us know that, I want to be an operations manager. I want to be go into these different roles. So you should probably start pooling candidates right now. Therefore, we've been able to make that transition.
That really actually reflects how the culture in Unity is if they're transparent about it, and I think that is a good thing. But has a client ever pushed back on someone leaving or you changing their agents, and how do you handle it?
So this is typically how we have a conversation. I'll say, Mr. Client, unfortunately, so-and-so is looking to leave Unity because there's this other opportunity that pays them well and has all these other things. and it's not something that we have to offer. They are usually very understanding. We have never had said something, well, you have to keep them or they get angry. Sometimes we do, because our clients don't want to lose good agents. But I always tell people, if we got 3 to 4 years of great service out of this agent and they've outgrown us, then honestly, like, I would take that. That's great. That's better than any other BPO that you can get right now. They know that, but they are going to be a little angry because it's inconvenient. That's just part of the deal. But with our rendering, our Pia and the service delivery team doing a good job with training and documenting everything, we haven't lost a client over it. Just sometimes an awkward, uncomfortable conversation.
All right. So moving on, you mentioned that the US culture is very different from the Asian culture. The US culture is more individualistic, whereas Asia is more collective. How do you close that gap so an offshore team feels like a real extension of the client's office and not just a vendor?
Yeah, so usually on the US or onshore side, you have a more you have a person, individual in charge, and what team that's basically pulling in the right direction, rowing in the right direction, whatever cliche you want to use. With that individual, it marries really well. In business, you have to have a collection of individual contributors and team contributors. And basically by partnering them up is where you get a collective scale of service or goods delivered in a certain way. So, how we manage that is our calibration part. How, every week, what are we doing well? What can we do better? And looking at reporting. But ultimately, the person on the US side is an individual trying to achieve their goals, and they have a collective group of people in the Philippines helping meet their goals. Therefore, the strengths of the individual contributors on the US side in charge of departments have a collective team all work with together.
Oh, I see. But is there anything that trips up American clients when they first work with an offshore team from Asia or an offshore team that has a different culture from them?
Yeah, so I would say one of the big cultural nuances Americans American culture has in Asia is they'll sometimes make references to the Philippines and offshore teams as them, and we try to correct that. It's not them. They have names. Please, at the end of the day, they're people. They're amazing and beautiful people, and sometimes we don't think that way. And then whereas on the U.S. side, U.S. are very by nature, we're very we want to fix problems right away by attacking the problem. And in the Philippines, we're not confrontational. We're very passive. So it's almost like so for me, running a business, the first thing I need to do is learn the bad news. What is wrong? I want to fix what's wrong first. And Philippines culture, they don't want to like hurt somebody's feelings, and they don't want to make them upset. So it's first, the US side needs to understand that until you build really a good solid foundation of trust, they're not going to share everything with you. They're not. They're going to be quiet and just kind of keep it to themselves. But once you build that trust and ask them what the issues are, they'll let you have it. But fear doesn't work very well in that way. It's a cultural nuance. Whereas, hey, tell me 5 things we need to do to improve, right? And then the Philippines was like, well, if I say that, it might get my friends in trouble, because they're the ones that need to hear it. So, framing that, it's like, okay, team, um, what are 5 things that we all struggle with? And then that might be better. So kind of like softening the language a little bit. Those are some things that culturally nuanced reach out our challenge with all the time.
Are there any specific practices that have been embedded in our onboarding systems that have helped us bridge that gap? Like whether it's onboarding clients or onboarding agents, is there anything specific that we put on paper?
Yeah, so at the beginning, our service delivery and onboarding team who understands, they start to craft and create the cadences, but they'll be like the person in between to make sure that, here's some things that we're struggling with as a team. They tell the people in the United States until they get to the point where they tell them themselves.
Gotcha. But since Unity has been around for a while, I'm pretty sure it wasn't this easy at the start. How did you handle it when you were starting Unity Communications?
I was the one in the middle.
Oh, you
Those
were
days,
handling it.
yeah, I was handling it. And I had to delegate that. Yeah,
Gotcha. All right.
I was very busy. I'm still very busy, but just with different things.
Yeah. As the years went by, you just found more people on the team to help you with that part of the process.
Yeah, because of my reputation of really caring and looking after the well-being of the people, and also, the aesthetic. I'm Asian American, so it's just natural for Asian people to kind of trust each other, and since I'm half, I got the benefit of that.
Gotcha. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you're very friendly too. Like I've never met a CEO who's like very hands-on with their agent. So I was really surprised. I think that helped.
Yeah, I let everybody know, listen, I have a really great life and I have a really good opportunity. I have really great things, but I did build it one agent at a time. And their lives got better too. So it wasn't just me, it's them. And I'm just very, very understanding that, we're in this together. I want the quality of all of our lives to improve. And they see that in my lifestyle because I moved to Denmark to be closer to family, not to the European lifestyle. Like I am, they see how I live, they follow. I'm a fairly simple person. I like running, I like DJing, I like, spending time with my family, my friends. So culturally, I'm very close to a lot of what Filipinos want in their life. We're very aligned. We just want to sing and drink. Yeah, so I have a lot of trust.
Okay.
But I have earned that trust. Through my deeds. Like you're not going to see me driving a fancy car or abusing the resources and position that I have.
Speaking of lifestyle, you're big into endurance running.
Yeah.
Would you say that discipline around your physical health shows up in how you manage your energy across a 1,000 plus person workforce?
You can't do this job if you don't take care of your body. The stress will kill you. So every day I go running, and on the run, I solve problems. And it's really good for you. It's very healthy. It forces you to live it. I don't think anyone will ever have a bad life if they lead a disciplined life. You take care of your body takes care of your brain, and you can't have this demanding job where I'm responsible for 6,000 people. So 1,000 employees, but all of them have families. And that's not including our contractor. I would like to think that cool. I take that very seriously. And in order for me to maximize that, I have to be disciplined. And I try. Sometimes I'm not as disciplined as I should be because I'm going through transitions. Like there was a period where my children, the second one just graduated high school.
Wow.
And there's this sense that they don't need me anymore. And that I had a couple of really bad weeks. Yeah. But this is the ending we all know is going to happen as a parent. I kind of wish I was Filipino, where he would live with me until they got married, but that's not how it is.
What's a specific habit from running that you've brought into how you handle or manage the company? Is there anything?
Yes. So I have a specific time where I start running and end. I think as a CEO and owner, I think it has created the sense that Patrick is available. Patrick is here. Like, I don't ever feel like people, because, I have my meetings on time with the people when they're supposed to happen. Everyone has the sense that Patrick's working every day. Patrick is dependable. Patrick is reliable. And probably the biggest word for is consistent. I'm very consistent. And I've had so many of our leaders and people say, well, I know Patrick's working, so I need to get it done. I think, and you've been with us for many years now, Ezra, my presence is felt. I'm there poking and prodding, we're picking things up. Now, I'm not nearly as involved in the day-to-day as I used to, but I'm still involved in a lot of strategic things. It's what I love to do it. So, but the consistency and focus that I have carried with the running gives Unity a sense of calm. Yeah, like I'm not going to just disappear. I'm not going to sell the company. I'm not going to just do things. I have responsibilities and commitments.
As a CEO, of course, you have these responsibilities, and it's nice. It's very much appreciated that you're always around. But doesn't that kind of like burn you out? Are there any times when you feel burnt out? And how do you handle this burnout?
Running helps with the burnout. Eating and drinking does. But when you love what you do, you don't get burned out. Like, I get to wake up to the best job in the world. This job has allowed me to move my family across the Atlantic so I can take care of my parents in their old age. And, we just finished visiting them. They're in their 80s now. They're getting smaller, they're aging.
Yeah.
And we're able to be there in a few hours. Whereas before in the US, we'd have to fly 14 hours. And now they're calling more and they're doing things. They're still grumpy. So, why would I feel burnt out when this gives me a really incredible life? Like, I'm privileged to wake up every day to do this. I don't want to do anything else for work. Like, there's been quite a few opportunities where I can, have other people run and do things, and then I can just, follow and have other opportunities to be on boards or start up other ventures. But I don't really want it.
You really love what you're doing, huh?
Yeah, because I feel like I have a sense of community. I have a sense of commitment. I'm only 53. And while for human life is concerned, I'm in the last, 40% stage of my life. But the average CEO age is 57. I'm really motivated with this AI challenge to mitigate us through this transition with, and prove that, the world's going to need human and AI labor merged together. So we'll see. But I was really meant to look.
That's all I've got for you. But wow, everything was so insightful. In hindsight, I can see that your lifestyle and how you treat people, it reflects on the employees, and this helps the employees perform better, which makes them stay and which makes them, do better work and give us high quality work, which makes the client stay. So that's really nice.
Yeah, and two is I know myself. So when Jalen graduated high school, I felt this lack of purpose. My job was done. And it started to send me down a really dark path because I don't know what I had to kind of really align myself to the fact that what's my purpose? I'm not a dad anymore. They don't need me anymore. They want to spend more time with their boyfriends and their friends than the dad. And that's normal. But we're really, really close. Kylie and I are really close. So like it was really hard for me to realize she's not my little girl anymore. She's an adult. She has a boyfriend. She has a life. And I'm no longer the center of that life anymore. And she sometimes calls me a little bit too much to ask for money. Like, what about me? What about me? And I think without the company, it would not, like, I would be lost.
Gotcha. Right.
Yeah, I think I need Unity as much as Unity.
Yeah, definitely. We need you, Patrick.
Yeah. It's a really tough and it's a shitty world out there.
It is. It really
Yeah.
is.
I also don't know if I have what it takes to build a company again. Because when I built the first company, there was a lot of painful lessons, and I put my heart into it. If I was to build another company and start over, without little children at home that demand that I get it right, without that there, I don't know if I have what it takes. I don't. I'm too comfortable now.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, that's all I've got for you, Patrick. Thank you so much for coming in and doing this interview with me. I'm so glad I got to know you more and about the company.